NYPD, FDNY. We had a tragic incident that took place here. A driver drove into a crowd of people who were actually just celebrating like so many New Yorkers and Americans are doing right now. We have a total of 9 injuries, and it appears as though at this time, based on preliminary investigation, the driver was under the influence. This is extremely early. We're going to conduct a thorough investigation. It doesn't appear at this time that this was terrorist related. We're going to have Chief Madry give an overview, and EMS will give an overview of the injuries of those who were involved in this incident. Chief Madry?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening to members of the media. And as the mayor said, this is still a very new investigation, and we're still working out the details. And before I even give any details, I really want to just give sympathy to the families, not only the families, the victims of this incident, but even the people who were here in the park who were celebrating on a beautiful 4th of July evening. And that's exactly what happened. About 8:55 this evening, you had many families inside of Corliss Hook Park, which is right here at the intersection of Water Street and Cherry Street. As these families were enjoying the 4th of July celebration, a gray pickup truck, a Ford F-150, driving at a high rate of speed on Water Street, eastbound, ran through the intersection of Water Street and Cherry Street, through the stop sign, up onto the sidewalk, into Corliss Hook Park, and struck people who were out enjoying the evening. At this time, we have 9 people who were struck. Right now, we believe, 2 of them are confirmed DOA. Our FDNY chief will give some more details about the injuries. Right now, this is an active investigation. Responding officers who did arrive on the scene did smell some alcohol, but we are still in the process of doing testing with our highway unit, our IDTU unit. So as this information becomes available, we will update the press into exactly the condition of the driver and anything else that we learn. But right now, we do not feel that this is a terrorism-related event. We do believe that alcohol had played a role in this, but we are investigating and we will look further into it. I'll bring up Chief Myers and he'll discuss some of the injuries.
Yeah, at this time, EMS has confirmed that we have 9 patients. Right now, we have 4 red, 3 yellow, and 2 green tags. So the red being critical, yellow being seriously injured, green being not that injured. We arrived on scene within 3 minutes and 24 seconds. The FDNY, they encountered a pickup truck on top of 4 victims. At that time, Ladder 18 and Squad 18 began to operate to extricate the victims out of there. They used airbags, floor jacks, and cribbing in order to lift the vehicle off of the victims. At the same time, EMS arrived on scene and then started to work with ESU as well, who arrived on scene to remove one of the patients. They worked together very well, and that's exactly what our emergency services are supposed to do. What we're meant to do is get on scene quick and again, try to save as many lives as we can and operate in as proficient a manner as possible. And to us, it never matters whether it be police or fire. We're here to cooperate, work together, and again, save New York City citizens.
All right, we can take a couple of questions. Josh Connie, ABC 7.
I actually had just a clarification maybe for fire, which is, first of all, you said that of those 4, 2 are believed to have been deceased.
Yeah, two are DOA at this time, yes.
And then I guess if you could just talk about the types of injuries that the rest of the people faced, and then I guess
because they all got bust out quickly, it's hard for me to say exactly what their injuries are at this time. They're all being evaluated at the hospital. Obviously, the most critical are always handled first at the hospital, kind of like what we see in a MASH unit type of situation. They do an assessment. They try to take care of the people who are most critical. Then they move to the next, so seriously injured folks. We don't have the extent of those injuries yet. Thankfully, like we said, we have 2 green tags and there was a lot of people over here when we first arrived. They had up to 200 people who were on scene already. So obviously it could have been a lot worse than it was. Although, like the police chief said and the mayor said, you know, our heart goes out to those folks that did get hurt and did get injured.
Dean Moses, AM New York.
So witnesses told me that they may have pulled the driver out of the car after this happened. Can you talk about that? What exactly happened there?
Yes. During the course of our investigation, we do believe that initially that there were people who were there at the scene who grabbed the driver, removed the driver, and made sure the driver didn't leave until first responders made it to the scene.
Any other questions over here? No? Go ahead.
Can you speak to how many minors were involved with this accident?
We're still verifying the ages, but we do believe we had a mother who was here with 2 young children. We have them at the hospital. We're just verifying the ages, but we do believe they were young.
All right, Josh Einiger, one more question.
Mr. Mayor, I guess obviously this is a very extraordinarily busy night for the city, and it's only 10:45. I wonder if you could speak to just the stakes at a higher level. You've got this massive event, obviously, that's being watched around the world, but you also have 8.5 million people that have to stay safe. And how complex the night has been and will continue to be.
That's a good question. And when you look at the fact we also had an officer-involved shooting, we had several other incidents. Then you have a tragic incident like this that really impacts family members who were just here celebrating and barbecuing inside a park. The FDNY, the NYPD, they have to respond to all these jobs, and they have to immediately assess the situation and go out and make sure that thousands of people who are out watching the fireworks will get home safely. And it just really understand the complexities of that. This is just not one incident that took place tonight. There's several incidents that NYPD and FDNY and EMS are responding to, and they're going to be out all night to make sure that those who were celebrating Independence Day can get home safely. And this is just one of those tragic incidents that's really going to impact this community, and we're going to come in and make sure counselors are here. But it just goes to show you the job that the men and our first responders have to carry out every night.
Good. Thank you, everyone, for your time and attention. Thank you.